I remember 10 years ago at the university on the Sunshine Coast sharing the stage with Mark Ricketts and Des Ritchie, because 10 years ago, of course, it was the 30th anniversary of SCEC. And we had a bit of a reminisce up there on stage. It was always wonderful sharing the stage with those two. Sadly, Mark's not with us anymore. And Des is still going. He's a wonderful trooper, Des Ritchie. Absolutely marvellous. I remember 10 years, must have been 10 years before that, having a green dinner at Woombye, if I'm not mistaken. Lynn Dickinson organised green dinners for SCEC at one stage, and that was an anniversary. It was either the 20th or maybe the 25th. But it's interesting, someone pointed out earlier on that a lot of the early people involved in SCEC, in fact, cut their teeth in the Conondale Range Committee. Karen Robinson was very involved in the Conondale Range Committee and, and others. It was a very delightful being out there as a latecomer, if you like, although it sounds a bit strange to having been involved in the Conondale Range Committee for, what, 30 years or something like that, to think of myself as a latecomer. But when we had the celebration for the first announcement of National Park, there were some wonderful people whose names I've lost in the mist of time, but who were active in the early days, and there were tears in their eyes. They said, I never thought we'd see the day. And I realised then the importance of passing the baton on to other people, and that's where World Environment Day to me is so important. I hear some people say, oh, it'll be the same old faces, same old issues. But it's really, really important to realise that the people who are coming to the Sunshine Coast, it's only the way it is. I mean, I'm talking about the natural part of the Sunshine. It's the way it is because people have stood up and protected it in the past and will need to continue to do so. And I looked at the statistics of the population growth on the coast, which is very, very frightening. But I always thought it was just more people coming in. But in fact, there's quite a few people coming in and quite a few people leaving at the same time. So that's quite a population turnaround. So to me, it's very, very important that we celebrate the past, the legacy. The Sunshine Coast could have gone the way, it could have had the trajectory of the Gold Coast very, very easily. And I remember in the early days trying to get that phrase, we don't want another Gold Coast, and get that sort of into the vocabulary. And now you hear it all around the place. And I think, oh, that's good, that's worked. So it's very much a story of people power on the Sunshine Coast, issue after issue. I remember one green dinner in Nambour where the wonderful Jill Jordan was the guest speaker, instrumental person around Mullaney, and she just asked the people there, she said, how many people here got involved in environmental matters because of an issue, what you'd call a NIMBY issue, you know, something in their backyard? And every hand went up. And she said, that's exactly the way it goes. People get involved because of some issue that affects them, and then they realise there's no one driving the train, if you like, for good environmental outcomes. You just have to stay involved, and you start speaking on a wider scale, and you start sort of seeing a bigger picture, and that's all important. So people power on the Sunshine Coast. I strongly recommend Elaine Green's wonderful book, How People Power Saved the Sunshine Coast. You get a wonderful history of the battles won, not every single battle won, but many, many won, and just many, many people involved over a long, long time. So congratulations, SCEC, for 40 years.